Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome back to News at Noon. News at Noon is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. We have a medium house today. I'm Maisie here with Parker, Aryana, Kevin, Dan, and Julia.
With this top-of-the-hour update, we'll bring you the latest news and events, sports, weather, pop culture, and science. First up, let's go to the event bulletin for this week.
At the SUNY Fredonia TV station, Brock Popke has a late-night talk show that has a bi-weekly guest that he interviews to give the classic late-night show vibe. Inspired by Eric Andre, A Sit-Down with Brock is on WNYF TV every other Thursday at 10 p.m. on NYF Television YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NYF Television. That's it for information through the grapevine. Next, we'll bring it up to Kevin for our campus news updates.
How was your mental health? Boost is by coming to Fredonia's celebration of World Mental Health Day. It'll take place on Wednesday, October 16th, 2024, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's located at the Williams Center in the multi-purpose room. This event is open to the public and will have different activities such as stress-relieving fun, multiple vendors, therapy dogs, crafts, horses, and food. So have a break, get into that meditative state, and celebrate your mental health. Though, there's no better way to promote the radio station by offering another fun time during this break. If you have nothing to do this Friday or you're feeling lonely, just come down to the Williams Center at S204 ABC at 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. You do not have to be part of the radio station to attend, and it's for all students. We're going to be offering a spooky Kahoot, pumpkin coloring, snacks, and other fun Halloween activities. This will be a great way to kick off this ghostly month. Now, to Maisie with local news.
$5,750,000 is coming to Chautauqua County to remove lead from homes in order to protect children in the area. Senator Schumer says, quote, "No amount of toxic lead exposure is safe for children in upstate New York today. I am proud to deliver $22 million for communities from Capital Region to Central New York to Western New York to remove lead paint from homes to protect our children and public health. Lead poisoning is irreversible, preventable tragedy that robs many families and children of their future. This major federal funding is the shot in the arm that these regions need to boost lead paint removal and prevention to protect health and safety of families across upstate New York," end quote. The money will be used to remove those toxic elements from homes in Mayville. Chautauqua County and South and Center Chautauqua Lake Sewer District will host a groundbreaking ceremony on Thursday, October 10th, 2024 at 11 a.m. The ceremony will be located at Hogan's Hut General Store, 3503 Old Bridge Road in Stowe, New York. This will be marketing the beginner of the sewer district expansion. The Chautauqua County website says, quote, "This $16.9 million initiative will extend public sewer access to Stowe to Pretergist Creek, protecting Chautauqua Lake and water wells by replacing outdated septic systems with pump systems and connecting 400 additional homes to the sewer network," end quote. Work is expected to begin this fall and continue through spring of 2027. Congressman Nick Langworthy says, quote, "The sewer expansion will protect water quality, support local businesses, and ensure the lake remains a place where families can live, work, and play for generations to come. I'll continue to focus on the restoration and maintenance of Chautauqua Lake and deliver real results that improve the quality of life for our community," end quote. Get ready for price increases in utilities. Jamestown Board of Public Utilities District heating customers will see a rate increase starting November 1st, as well as an additional changes to the district heating system's monthly fuel cost adjustment and meter changes. Kevin Carr, BPU Finance and Customer Accounts Manager, said it's expected to end the year in a positive income position for district's heating, but that could also change as the weather gets colder and prices fluctuate. Jamestown is also looking at purchasing different recycling bins, since the last ones were bought in 2014, as well as upgrading to electric garbage trucks. These updates will not be made after 2025 and possibly 2026. Carr said, quote, "The orange bins are starting to become end of life, people recycling, so we're looking The sensors are no longer working. It's causing issues in the field with people recycling. So we're looking at different methodologies for collecting and getting recycling credits." End quote. That's all for your local news updates. Let's take it to Parker with sports.
Fredonia has had plenty of rest and practice these last few days as there have been no sporting matchups. That changes today, though, with men's soccer team taking on Buff State at home with a start time of 7 p.m. The women's soccer team will travel up the I-90 to Buff State with a start time also scheduled for 7 p.m. This is the first of the matchups for Battle by the Lake. In NFL news, the New Orleans Saints traveled to Kansas City Monday night to face the Chiefs. Kansas City would win the game ultimately 26-13 following Saints quarterback Derek Carr's departure in the second half due to an oblique injury. The Bills play their Week 6 game on the road at the New Jersey Jets on Monday Night Football with a start time scheduled for 8:15 p.m. And the Sabres are back in North America tomorrow night with their first official home game of the season against the LA Kings with a start time of 7 p.m. Their record sits at 0-2. That's it for your sports update. Let's send it to Aryana with the 2-day weather.
Now, here is your Northern Chautauqua weather update brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Last day of classes. Whoop whoop. Oh, wait. What I meant to say was that today, Fredonia will experience windy conditions throughout the day. We will have a high of 57 and a low of 47. Tomorrow we'll have a beautiful day, partly sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 45. I will kick my break off by working at the dining hall. Stay tuned for news, and I'll see you for our 5-day weather in a few.
Welcome to the pop culture and local music segment. Let's start off with local music updates. Last Call Entertainment presents a spooky lineup of Relentless Moisture, The Weather Might Say Otherwise, and the BJ's debut of Blue Envy on Thursday, October 24th. The show will be at BJ's in Fredonia on 51 West Main Street. Doors open at 9 and music starts at 10. Costumes are encouraged. Nicholas Pryor, known for his roles in Beverly Hills 90210, Risky Business, and other soap operas, has passed away due to cancer at the age of 89. He had a very successful career, including playing Tom Cruise's father in Risky Business, college chancellor in Beverly Hills 90210, and even in Marvel's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. According to his publicist, the veteran actor was, quote, survived by his wife, daughter, and grandchildren, end quote. Anne Hathaway, notable actress in many movies such as The Devil Wears Prada and most recently The Idea of You, apologized to a journalist who gave her an interview during the press tour for Les Mis back in 2012. The video of the interview is going viral after Hathaway gives short and curt answers to the reporter. The reporter, who interviewed Hugh Jackman alongside Anne Hathaway, asked them to sing their answers in order to promote the musical. Jackman was on board while Hathaway was not. Viewers are split on whether Hathaway was rude or simply just having a bad day. However, Hathaway sent the reporter a long email apologizing for her behavior during the interview, even inviting the reporter out for her next film. Remember to keep an eye out for our kindness queen, Anne Hathaway, because she just released that a third Princess Diaries is in the works. That's all I have in music and pop culture news this week. Let's bring it to Dan for national and international news.
Thank you, Julia. Queensland police have issued an arrest for a man who threw hot coffee on a baby. A manhunt has been issued for a 33-year-old foreign national who left the baby in extreme conditions. Authorities said, quote, emergency crews were called and the young boy was taken to the hospital with serious burns, end quote. The manhunt turned international after the man fled the country after the attack. Acting Assistant Police Commissioner Andrew Massingham revealed to the public that Chinese media had the suspect's name published in their Chinese media. While the baby may take years to recover and the motive is still unknown, the baby and the parents are in good spirits. The hunt is still underway. There are updates involving Israel and Gaza. This morning, Palestinians say a large-scale Israeli operation in northern Gaza has killed dozens of people, threatening to shut down 3 hospitals. That same morning, a rocket fired from Lebanon, killing 2 people in northern Israel. Another 6 were wounded in a series of stabbings in the city of Hadera. 2 of the citizens were killed while taking their dog for a walk around the town. The entirety of North Palestine, including Gaza City, have suffered heavy destruction and have been largely isolated by Israeli forces since late last year. Hurricane Milton is to make landfall later today. Milton has reduced from a Category 5 yesterday to now a Category 4. The Tampa Bay area is expected to be directly hit, something that has not happened for over 100 years, according to AP News. Millions in the Floridian area have been ordered to evacuate, making the interstate backed up. As of this morning, the wind sustained winds of around 145 miles per hour. The strength of the hurricane is expected to be sustained as it passes through central Florida. Aside from winds, storm surges are expected to be hard hitters for the residents. Residents in the area are still down from Hurricane Helene. Tampa Mayor Jane Castor warns the residents to evacuate, saying, quote, "If you are in the storm, basically, that's the coffin you're in." End quote. That does it for today's national and international news. Now let's take it to Aryana for the rest of this week's weather.
Welcome back, Fredonia residents. College kids are going to have a beautiful 4-day weekend, starting with tomorrow being partly sunny with a high of 44 and a low of 45. Friday, the sun will be shining with a high of 65 and a low of 47. Saturday, have a high of 63 and a low of 50. I plan on going apple picking that day, and I'm excited to make a nice apple crisp. On Sunday, there will be a 45% chance of rain and a high of 58. I am what you call #hype for this break. Maisie. Make sure to enjoy yourself. I'll be back on Monday to talk to all of you lovies again. Now let's take it to our science news. Wait, I think I know this song.
Welcome to the science segment. We have 2 interesting stories here for you listeners today. Despite new clues, this ancient fish has stumped scientists for centuries. A fish, alibite, unlike any known today. Beyond that, nobody's quite sure what to make of a Pegasus volans. Donald Davison, a paleontologist at the National Museum of Natural History in Paris, says, quote, "We know what it isn't, but it's unclear what it could be," end quote. Nobel Physics Prize is awarded for pioneering AI research by 2 scientists, John J. Hopfield and Geoffrey E. Hinton. With work on machine learning that uses artificial neural networks, the science committee said, quote, "showed a completely new way for us to use computers," end quote. This is a game changer on how much technology has advanced. They also said, quote, John J. Hopfield and Geoffrey E. Hinton received the Nobel Prize in Physics on Tuesday for discoveries that helped computers learn more in the way human brains does, providing the building blocks for developments in artificial intelligence, end quote. That'll wrap it up for today's edition of News at Noon. Campus News is written by Maisie Strader and read by Kevin Chicas. Local news for this broadcast is written and read by Maisie Strader. Weather is prepared by Maisie Strader and read by Aryana Ramalhete. Sports is prepared and read by Parker Gurnett. Music and pop culture is prepared and read by Julia Clement. National and international news is prepared and read by Dan Granados. Science news is written by Kevin Wilson and spoken by Maisie Strader. And finally, board operations for this broadcast are performed by the lovely Izzie and Inzinna.
And thank you to the team, and thank you for tuning into News at Noon. Join us every Monday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. on WCVS 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. From all of us at Fredonia Radio Systems, tune in next time and have a wonderful day.